What was the greatest advice you have received in your life that has stuck with you throughout your career?
Probably from my mom, to follow your dreams. And from my pops, can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop. I like that. All right. I actually like the message of that because, you got to keep on going forward no matter what anyone says.
You know what's up.
What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about.
In a dramatic courtroom confrontation, Christian King, Combs, the eldest son of Diddy, Combs unleashed a powerful accusation against his father. "You destroyed our family," King shouted, his voice echoing through the courtroom as he faced Diddy, who stood accused of serious federal charges including racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking. The tension in the room was palpable as King detailed the emotional and familial turmoil caused by his father's alleged actions.
That used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended performances with male commercial workers.
King Combs has been a constant presence at his father's court hearings alongside his siblings. King has shown unwavering support for Diddy during this challenging time. Despite the serious nature of the allegations, King and his family have stood by Diddy, attending hearings and court appearances to demonstrate their solidarity. This support underscores the complex and deeply rooted family dynamics, even amidst the turmoil caused by the accusations against Diddy. Diddy's children and family have shown their steadfast support throughout his court hearings. Their constant presence in the courtroom is a testament to their strong familial bond and loyalty. Despite the gravity of the charges, the family has united, showcasing a front of solidarity and strength.
He was wearing a khaki prison-like jumpsuit when he appeared inside court, and his family appeared on their end very just happy to see him. Now, I will say when I was inside the courtroom, I was a little bit towards the back right side of the gallery. And so for seeing Sean Combs, I had to look through a few heads and stuff like that. But again, he appeared just kind of confident walking inside that courtroom.
You've been able to speak to your son.
What did you say to him when you visited him in court? Is he doing... How are you feeling today?
During his previous court hearings, Diddy received special support from his mother, who flew in from Florida specifically to attend his court trial. Her presence at the courthouse underscores the importance of family during this challenging time for the music mogul.
He's a predator.
When is the last time you spoke to your son?
Predator.
What do you say on your son's allegations?
When's the last time you spoke to your son?
Predator. Do an interview with you. Your son is a predator. Got it. Anyone else?
However, in the recent court hearing of Diddy, only two of his oldest sons, King Holmes and Quincy Brown, were present to show their support. Their presence, however, seemed to provide a boost to his morale during what has been an emotionally challenging time. Sources close to the family reveal that his children are struggling to cope with the stress of their father's legal troubles, but remain supportive.
This time it was a lot smaller bunch than it was the last time. So last time you're having all of Diddy's children, except with the exception of Love, who is just a 2-year-old child, so she wasn't at court. But you had all of Diddy's children there except Love. But this time around, you just had Justin Combs and Christian Combs, meaning that there was no Quincy there today. Delilah and Jesse weren't there. Chance wasn't there, and the caretakers of his younger children, who aren't of age just yet, they were not present inside the courtroom as well today. But his mom also wasn't in court today.
Now, he won't be going home for the holidays. He's been denied bail 3 times. That didn't stop him from hugging every single member of his legal team. Now, let me show show you some of the video from today. His son, Christian Combs, who he's very close to and actually created music and some hit songs with, known professionally as King Combs, was once again at the federal court to support his dad, flying in from Los Angeles to let his father know he was still in his corner and to show everyone that he was standing by him.
Diddy has always shared a close and loving relationship with his son. From red carpet appearances to family vacations, Diddy has been seen as a hands-on, supportive father-mother who constantly uplifts his kids. Now, as his son takes a stand to defend him in court, it's clear that their connection goes far beyond the public eye.
You go to him to play something, feels like a little pressure now because, you know, like
Right.
he's a hard critic. But at the same time...
But
like,
he will criticize.
Yeah, for sure. But nah, I mean, he always tells me, like, yo, it's your choice, whatever you put out. It's not like he's like, yo, you can't drop this,
Right.
you can't drop that. It's just, you know, I really value his opinion and, you know, whatever he says. And really, but I'm my own man, so it is whatever I say. But at the same time, like, I know that I got to work hard and I got to just prove myself and that I got big shoes, a big legacy to fill.
So your pop, he had a comment about R&B, and he said, as far as right now, R&B is dead. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, but I mean, he probably just not getting that feeling that he really needs. Because, you know, if anybody knows what R&B should sound like, it's my pops. Because, you know, he really, like, started that back in the 90s. So, you know, you're probably right. Probably they gotta be some more good R&B out there, or they gotta dig a little deeper or something. You know, it's a lot of fire R&B people out there, but it's like, to me, if you ask that question, it probably should pop up right away.
Even though King has been constantly supporting his father recently, it seems like he is going through a very difficult and emotional time. It's understandable that he might feel frustrated, especially with the intense public attention and ongoing legal issues surrounding Diddy. King Combs' statement about his father potentially destroying the family indicates how deeply the situation is affecting him personally.
What's your thoughts about your comparisons to your father? Like,
when people say, you know, we act similar, sound similar, I just take it as a compliment because, you know, he's one of the swaggiest dudes on this earth.
give me 2 pros and 2 cons of being your father's son.
I would say, you know, he's a dope dad. He lit. You know, I got to watch him as I grew up, be a fly on the wall, go to shows. He inspired me to, you know, be a rapper. Another pro is, you know, put me on game. 2 cons is that in the dance battle, it'd be getting a little tricky. Like, he be trying to get the best of me, I ain't gonna lie. Another con is, you know, when he be on his I wanna work for Diddy move, when he just be spazzing on you. Yo, you know, he sent the dude to get some cheesecake.
You know something? I want me a piece of cheesecake.
He ain't never sent me to get no cheesecake, but you know, it's all about the hustle and to make you better, so.
Friendly competition in the crib at all?
Yeah, the other day he was charting higher than me out of nowhere, and they just like delivered me the message, and I was just like, I know that's my son, but he's not getting to #1 before me. I said, that is not the way we come back in together.
You blackballed.
No, I didn't blackball him. I just told my team to turn up, and I felt so proud. Like, I felt like just so proud that he was higher on the chart than me.
Who's
you know
higher
what I'm saying?
now? He is?
I don't think as of today, but
But you got more resources. That's not fair.
yeah.
You guys go stream it.
Hey yo, it's just like running a race with your pops. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how did you get Young Miami on the remix?
So I chatted with your papa last week, you know, because he's got this new album, the Love album, off the grid.
Can't wait. The best album of the year, guys. Like, seriously, we've been listening to it for years. You know.
And it's amazing.
Years.
We've seen it, like, be created and, like,
Bottom to top, and it's killer.
But
The development is, woo!
so you're proud of your papa on this
Yes.
one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's definitely got a different vibe and tone. It's definitely more R&B of Diddy, right?
Yeah, it gives you that R&B, just like love. It's just love in the album.
However, some critics are whispering that King Combs' defense of his father might go beyond the typical father-son bond. Critics are suggesting that King Combs is stepping up not just out of loyalty, but because he fears the spotlight of controversy could soon shine on him as well.
Sean Diddy Combs' son is accused of blank
assault in a lawsuit that also names Diddy as a defendant. Ooh. They said Sean Diddy Combs, who is subject to a federal blank trafficking investigation, has been named as a defendant in a new lawsuit that alleges his son, Christian, aka King Combs, the music mogul, had chartered for a trip at the end of 2022. If you guys don't know, remember that show on Bravo, Below Deck, about people that work on luxury yachts? Apparently this girl's alleging it was just like Below Deck, but it was mixed with Sodom and Gomorrah. This girl was actually fired, so the yacht company's probably in trouble too. She claims she has tapes that proves it 100% wasn't. Baby, the allegation is the latest in a wave of lawsuit accusing Diddy of blank assault, blank trafficking, and engaging in other criminal activity.
If he is convicted, he faces decades behind bars. His lawyer says that Diddy is not only not guilty, he is innocent. As I speak right now, he is about to go into federal court to hear the charges and answer. He is expected to plead not guilty. He has surrendered his passport, and it appears he is trying.
It seems like King Combs does not pick only the good genes of his father. Similar to Diddy, his son is also surrounded in many controversies and allegations.
New audio has surfaced as part of a lawsuit that accuses Christian Combs, Sean Diddy Combs' son, of sexual assault. The music mogul is not accused of assault in the lawsuit, but is included over allegations of liability and aiding and abetting. The lawsuit cites audio from a makeshift recording studio on the yacht where the alleged assault happened.
Christian Combs, as we were talking about, is facing his own legal scrutiny. On April 4th, this was days after the simultaneous raids at Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami, a woman named Grace O'Markey filed a civil lawsuit against Christian Combs. And according to that civil complaint, O'Markey, 25 years old at the time, says that she worked as a steward on the yacht that Combs had rented, and she was in charge of providing food and drinks for a 12-hour period. This was the yacht that Sean Combs had rented. And she believes that on that yacht had been laced with, because she says women would have one drink and then almost immediately pass out or start falling over, which is kind of consistent with what the allegations are in Sean Combs' criminal indictment. But O'Markey says that Christian Combs had been staying at a villa on the shore, but then would come onto the yachts in the evenings to party.
This is the latest in a series of lawsuits filed against the rap mogul and businessman. Both men, father and son, deny the allegations against them. CNN national correspondent Camila Bernal joining me live with details on this. Camila, what more are you learning?
Hey, Fred. So in this audio that CNN has listened to, you can specifically hear the accuser who alleges that she was being forced to take this tequila shot that she believed was laced with drugs. And in the audio, you can hear her asking Christian Combs if she was being, and he answers, take the shot. Now, just to put things into perspective, the accuser was a crew member on the yacht. She was a bartender, and she says that shortly after this incident with the shot, she says she was cornered in a room. She says things became aggressive and physical, and then says that Christian Combs forced himself on her, and then says that it wasn't until another employee on the yacht came into this room that the abuse that she is alleging in this 31-page lawsuit stopped. And she says it only stopped because that person came into.
Now, this hearing was mostly about procedural issues, working through some of the evidence in the case. Prosecutors said they collected 96 devices back in that March search of Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami. And when they searched him on his person, they said they'd begun going through them, encrypting some of them and giving them back to the defense. That will take some time. There are going to be some motions in this case. One of those was addressed today. Now, if the judge does not need them back in court, the next time we will see Combs back in court will be in December.
King come forward with allegations against him. This significant number of claims could greatly influence the proceeding, putting additional pressure on Diddy and his legal team. As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. You should know in this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females. What are your thoughts on King's recent statement about his father? Do you think family bonds can survive such intense public scrutiny? Share your opinions in the comments below.